Is Pakistan now playing a risky double game as a U.S. naval blockade on Iran takes shape in the region? While positioning itself as a peacemaker in the Iran conflict, is Islamabad simultaneously taking steps that could undermine Washington's strategy? As peace negotiations stall, is Pakistan quietly strengthening its economic ties with Iran to boost trade and regional connectivity? As Donald Trump threatens to choke Iran's ports, Pakistan unveiled a new corridor through Tehran. Will this shift the strategic balance in the region? As the United States moved toward enforcing a blockade at the Strait of Hormuz, Pakistan appeared to take a different approach in its regional strategy. On April 12, reports indicated that Pakistan launched a new trade corridor through Iran to facilitate exports to Uzbekistan. Under this arrangement, goods originating from Pakistan will transit from Gwadar port across Iranian territory toward Central Asian markets. The first shipment under this route, consisting of frozen meat, has already been delivered to Tashkent through Iran. According to Press TV, this corridor is expected to provide Pakistan with a more cost-efficient alternative to traditional maritime trade routes. Pakistani officials described the development as a significant step forward in enhancing the country's trade and transit connectivity. Pakistan's Directorate General of Transit Trade said, and I quote, "The Iran corridor will open access to Iran and Central Asian states to the Pakistani ports of Karachi and Gwadar." Recently, Pakistan Customs has allowed the storage facility of international transshipment cargo at the off-dock terminal to increase the existing handling capacity of ports. The steps will support to increase the port activities, facilitate international trade and transshipment infrastructure at Karachi and Gwadar ports. The increasing volume of international trade and regional connectivity will bring economic benefit for Pakistan and regional countries. End quote. There is also growing speculation that Pakistan and Iran may revisit previously stalled energy cooperation projects, including pipeline initiatives. The launch of this new trade route comes at a time when the United States has announced measures aimed at restricting access through the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. President Donald Trump said on April 12 that the U.S. Navy would move to lock down the Strait of Hormuz after negotiations with Iran failed to produce a lasting agreement. Trump also declared that U.S. forces would intercept, on global seas, any ship that continued to pay transit tolls or fees to Iran, signaling a bid to choke off Tehran's maritime revenue. Later, the U.S. military announced that a naval blockade on Iran would formally begin from 10 a.m. Eastern Time on April 13, setting a precise start time for the operation. American commanders stated that they would seek to blockade all maritime traffic entering and exiting Iranian ports, dramatically tightening pressure on Tehran's trade routes. In response, Iran's elite Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps issued a warning to the U.S. and its allies against any miscalculations, hinting at severe consequences if the plan goes ahead. The IRGC Navy said that one wrong move by the United States would plunge its forces into a deadly whirlpool of destruction, evoking the image of a catastrophic confrontation at sea. According to Iranian media, the IRGC currently controls the strait and is only allowing civilian ships to pass under strict conditions that Tehran itself sets and monitors. The Guard stressed that any foreign warships attempting to pass through the Strait of Hormuz would be treated as a direct provocation and would lead to an armed confrontation. Iranian forces added that attempts by U.S. warships to cross the strait would also constitute a violation of the two-week ceasefire that Tehran and Washington had agreed upon. Tehran's sharp warning followed U.S. claims that two American warships had transited the Strait of Hormuz while peace talks were still underway. The U.S. said that the USS Peterson and USS Murphy moved through the strategic waterway during April 11 to 12 as part of ongoing regional operations. Washington stated that this transit was carried out as part of a mission to ensure that the strait was fully clear of sea mines and safe for commercial shipping. Admiral Cooper said the U.S. Navy had already begun the process of establishing a new, safer passage corridor through the mined area of the strait. Cooper added that details of this safe pathway would be shared with the global maritime industry soon, in an effort to reassure shipping companies amid heightened tensions. However, Iran denied that any U.S. military vessels had successfully transited the Strait of Hormuz, directly contradicting the American account. Tehran claimed that two U.S. warships attempted to enter but turned back after facing an Iranian missile lock and drone threats in the narrow waterway. Iran and the U.S. had agreed to a two-week truce on April 7, but subsequent peace talks held in Pakistan failed to deliver a breakthrough, setting the stage for the latest escalation.